What do you think about the Steve Stout and Drake and Russ combos about if Drake?
I feel like we spoke about this years ago on the pod. I feel like we said it was like four. It was 4 artists that if they go independent will single-handedly. I know it was Rihanna. We said Drake, Beyonce, and I forgot who the 4th artist was.
Both things can be true and both things can be false.
What do you mean?
I agree that. Well, we'll give backstory. They were suggesting that if Drake had went independent, the music business would be over.
Okay.
From what we know it, Russ broke down numbers of how much money he would make a month, and I think Russ is correct. I think it'd actually be more money than even Russ brought up if Drake went independent. But I do not think that the music industry would stop if Drake went independent. Like, I think that's a really weird and stupid claim.
Well,
but I think everything else they said in here was completely right, and I love the message they were giving out. But no, if Drake stopped working with the music business, it would be a huge deal. I think he should do it. I know that's easier said than done with the situations he's in, but I'm not going to sit here and say that the music business would be done if Drake went independent.
It'd be a big hit, though.
It'd be done.
Nah, it wouldn't be done.
Joe.
It'd be a big hit. I mean,
I think
Joe,
that
the domino effect.
that's my point.
Yeah.
I think the seed.
Yeah.
Once that seed grew,
Yeah.
the result would be.
I agree.
This is done.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
I wouldn't.
I think
you put.
If you took the top artists that are currently still releasing music out, yes, the catalog would still generate a lot of money, but it would be probably an irreconcilable hit to the major label system as we know it.
If Drake came out tomorrow and said, "I'm buying TuneCore and all my music is released on TuneCore and I encourage everyone else to do the same," then in the next 10 years, the music industry would. I don't know why we act like we haven't almost seen them die. They would die.
I agree.
If the next 10 years of artists said,
We're changing the conversation now, by the way.
no, I said the seed.
Yeah, the domino
Okay.
effect.
And the
Domino
effect.
I think
I'll go
Rory
with the
is more
seed
so
there.
thinking
I'll
like
see the seed there. Okay.
And that's it. I'm not saying.
I think Rory's thinking more so like we'll see an immediate like the industry is fucked up.
And also, I don't think every artist would follow suit even with the seed in 10 years.
Not every
I don't
artist,
think it would
but
be
I think
over.
the bigger artists would, for sure.
I think they would have to shift as far as what artists would be compensated and what percentages they would get. That's why I said from RIP, I would love to see Drake do that. It just wouldn't be over because there's plenty of artists that have no interest in being independent because it takes much more work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not for...
A lot of artists love an advance and love an entire office to do the work for them.
Sure, but the superstars that earn the most money for the business probably don't have to do the legwork that someone else would have to. Taylor Swift is going to get played regardless of what label she's on. Drake is going to get paid regardless. Beyonce is going to get played regardless.
For sure.
So if those artists, Rihanna, regardless, all went independent, the music industry would have a very tough time bouncing back.
But
And even
those
the
artists
country
don't make
stars
those
and-
artists don't make up the industry. And I'm not sitting here in any way backing the labels, but you're naming the fucking upper echelon of super stardom that does not need that. I'd love if those artists would go independent.
Right.
It would set a great precedent for the rest of us. But there's artists that still need the label and need that bank loan and need that crutch.
If I am to believe, which I am, and we've had this talk here a bunch, that shows like Friends and The Office are responsible for more than the field in that streaming area.
Yeah.
And I believe the same to be true when it comes to the Joe Budden podcast. Then I believe the same to be true with Drake. I don't know how many people, well, we all say Lucian Grange is the most powerful man in music. What we never go into after that is that's in large part because of Drake. I don't know today how many labels and artists' careers are being backed off the fruits of Drake's labor right this second. And I think it's a lot.
A shit ton.
I think it's artists in other buildings. Actually, I've seen it. Artists in other buildings, depending on this. Like, we've seen it. So I think that immediate impact. Absolutely. I think that immediate impact would be felt. What that is, I have no idea. But the long-term effect of it,
would shake a lot.
I think would cripple the music industry. And I said this in 2000.
The major label music industry.
That's what we're speaking to. Yeah.
Because I think independents will always there's always going to be a need for people that know how to promote and produce and market music.
And let me point out, I said this before he signed to Young Money. Well, before we knew the deal, whatever that was. I said, yo, if Drake goes independent right now, music changes for the next however long. Granted, he decided to maybe have this conversation when he's at the top of the mountain, as he should.
Right.
But if that happens now, oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious, forget about it. Because who's the next Drake? Not Drake as in artist, but the person that dominates the market share like that. Yeah. They don't know. Like Adam Silver is happy as hell that when Mike left, he had Kobe, and then LeBron came, and now Zion is here. Yeah. Like, we know what we doing for the next 15. Yeah. If Drake say, check this out, I'm going to the embassy, I'm practicing with the Raptors, I'm doing all types of other shit.
My shit'll be on TuneCore.
Yeah, and my shit along with all my old albums. We out of here. Yeah. Now, I don't know that all of this is going to happen because I feel like Drake can demand whatever he wants from anybody.
Sure.
I think Lucian will write him a blank check. I think Lucian will offer him Michael Jackson's pub or just whatever is available.
Yeah.
I think that's what will happen, and Drake will be satisfied, and we'll never have to do this again. But if he went indie, yeah. And that's a sexier thought for me. But
no, I get it. I understand. Yeah,
it'll be a huge hit.
It's definitely something to think about. I'm sure that Drake him and his camp have been thinking about that. But again, like you said, Joe, it's they're gonna make sure they do whatever to keep him happy. So as far as him actually making that move, I don't know.
I saw having nothing to do with this independent versus major Drake conversation.